G'day crew, and welcome to another video. This is going to be another sort of easy trip, taking my wife out. I'm going to cruise around the bay doing some trolling, maybe call into Peel for lunch, and I figure we might call into the Little Ships Club just to give my wife a look at it, and for you guys that haven't seen it before, and that's about it. Not much fishing action in this video, but the next trip's planned to be a dedicated fishing trip. Getting away from the ramp, reasonable time, the sun's just poking its head above the horizon. It's summer, it gets light a lot earlier now and it's harder to get out when it's still dark. At least it is for us. But what a beautiful day for it. Glassy smooth again. I think I got a grinner. Alright. Jumped out of the water and twisted me up on the rod tip. Oh, got one on that other line too. He might have got off. Yeah, so I had a grinner, but he got off. Must have got off when the line slipped up out of the water and caught on the end of the rod. Get this one up and look at it. This will be a grinner, I think, for sure. He's gone underwater again now. Alright, back up on the top. Now he's under again. He's got off too. I think I got something on this one. Little though, not putting up much of a fight. Might have got off. I think he has. Oh, it might be a grinner. Yep, that's what he is. Oh no, what is he, little squire? Ooh. Jesus, you're ambitious. Hang on, don't do that. I don't want this hooking me. I'll get it out of you. There we go. You're happily away. I'll bring this one in. Feels ominous. I think my lure's gone. I'm sure my lure's gone. Oh! Not only my lure. Braid break. Huh. Alright. Put him away for a minute and get another one out in his face. When you're not catching anything in one spot, and in addition to that you're not seeing anything on the sounder in that spot, then it's time to move on to somewhere else. I gave the first spot far longer than it deserved, but eventually even optimism runs out and it's time to move on. This was the only decent show of fish I saw all day. Now I say decent, I don't know how big the fish were, but they were at least big enough to show some red in the core on the sounder screen. And that usually means a bigger fish, or at least a fish with a bigger swim bladder. Some fish don't have much of a swim bladder, some don't have any at all. Mackerel, I believe, don't have a swim bladder. Many of the pelagics don't, or have very small swim bladders. Some small fish have large swim bladders, so they appear quite red on the screen, but they're only small. So, as I say, it's very hard to tell what size the fish are, but at least these had red in the core, and that's the best show I had all day. Got something on this one, pretty small. Oh no. Too small. Grinner or something, is it? Yep, that's what he is, lazy grinner. Yeah, that one's on. Oh, I'll edit it. No fish around. No. I got a little squire that I had to throw back, and I got a grinner before he's in the bait bucket.
Oh, I don't think
Well, if I throw out the fish heads, the grin are a pretty good bait.
Oh.
Should have brought the fish heads down here and thrown them out in the water to give something to eat.
Oh.
Yeah, they would have eaten them.
Maybe take a Friday.
Oh yeah, could do. I'll do that. I'll empty them out on Friday and throw them in the water so the crabs can have a feed.
You can still clean out the thing, but you can leave them on top.
Yeah, well they are pretty much on top, but if I clean it out, they're going to have to come out.
Oh.
So maybe I'll be better off taking them out on Friday and cleaning it on Saturday.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's no fish around, there's nowhere.
I don't think this is too big.
No, seems a good fit for you. This is my aura. Straight right there.
Oh. Have we been here before?
Yeah, you've been past here before. Our first trip out in the boat, I took you up to Amity, which is up the other end. So we went past it. I think you might have been asleep.
So, obviously it's still solid.
Yeah. Yeah, well, it's only 9:15. I figured we'd head back, get peel about 10 o'clock, and if you're ready to eat, we can eat there.
Yeah.
So I thought I'd do a couple of passes here just to see, because my aura's often got fish, but not today. It's pretty miserable today. There's got a few tiny things there, but nothing. Haven't seen a big fish on the sounder all morning. Even the grinner I thought was tiny.
So where's that over there where all the boats are?
That's the Little Sips Club.
Oh. And where is it? Where's that again?
Well, this is my order, that's the Little Ships Pub, and Dunwich is just down beyond it.
Oh.
That's all on Strad Road, of course.
Yeah, right.
You can go in there and have a look if you want on the way past back.
I know. And people just moor their boats there.
Yeah. Well,
marina.
no, not as such. I think you've got to be a member.
Yeah, to put your boat in.
Yeah, but it's not a marina as such. You can be a member and you just book a mooring and go over there and have a feed and then go somewhere else. We can stay a few nights if you want. Might even be accommodation there, I think. But no, I wouldn't. No, I'd leave it long enough to go up and get something to eat and bring it back to the boat to eat.
I wouldn't. I'd stay on the boat where you get it.
Yeah, that's right. One of us would have to stay.
Because that man where I used to go, he's closed down now, you know.
Yeah.
He said he stopped at Southland. I said, do you leave the boat? He says, no. He says, well, there's three of us that go, one of us stays on the boat,
Yeah.
two of us go. I said, oh, right.
Yeah, it's a safe thing to do. Oh, geez, yes, I hadn't noticed that. Wonder, that's stainless, that shouldn't rust like that.
Around there?
Yeah.
I haven't used woodstone.
No. No, good for price, it is.
Yeah, but it wasn't cheap.
No, but compared to the others, it was sort of like half price.
The other baseball.
No, the cruise craft and Haynes and things like that.
What are all those sticks down in the water?
I'm not sure, but I'm guessing an oyster lease. There's a lot of oyster leases on the banks out over there on the other side of the channel. So I'm guessing that's probably an oyster lease as well. Did you notice the rocks we got? Oh, when I was at Peel, a couple of ferries went past and gave us a good rock.
Oh, yeah. I did. Big one.
Yeah.
Rocks, I was thinking of rocks and fairies. I'm thinking, oh, wait a minute.
Rock Hudson and his fairies at the bottom of the garden. You heard about that?
Rock Hudson.
Someone wrote a book, Fairies at the Bottom of the Garden, and it's a biography of Rock Hudson.
Oh.
But they were trying to say he was gay without saying he was gay.
Oh.
Because they called it Fairies at the Bottom of the Garden.
John, did you finish that other bottle of water?
Oh, and that's the third one.
Wow.
There's one in the, I put that one there, and there's one in recycle. Oh, the other one, that's the recycle.
So will you be trying for a while?
Well, yeah, I thought I might move. There's nothing here. I might head down to the gate, and that's halfway to Peel, have a quick troll around there and go, might just go back to Peel. And just have a troll there if it's too early to eat. Oh yeah, I've had I think all my sandwiches except the whole one. I was just hungry. Oh, okay. Well, I'll just finish this run.
What's that thing there?
That's the Myra light. Big reef in there behind it. See the shallow water there?
Yeah.
That's a big reef.
Oh, that's the tail, isn't it?
Yeah. Oh, what on top of the...
Light. On top of the red thing.
Oh yeah, that's just a ring of sort of railing. It seems to be an awfully low railing. I don't know why they got that there, but it is just a railing of sorts. There are some lead lights to guide you into the Little Ships Club. I thought I was getting a good video of them, but I'm taller than I think, and the camera's a little bit higher again. I could see the lead lights quite fine, but the camera being higher, the camera was blocked by the rolled up clears. So I didn't even bother putting that footage in. However, just be aware there are lead lights to guide you into the Little Ships Club should you ever go there, as well as the beacons. So just keep your eye on the shore, you'll see the lights, and keep them lined up one above the other, and you're in the middle of the channel. There's a boat ramp there, Little Ships Club there, private pontoon for club members and guests, so you've got to ring ahead and book a spot if you want to pull up on the pontoon and go and get some lunch. Don't know what the food's like here, I've never been. Nearly came once for a Christmas Eve party, but it was so crowded I couldn't find a spot to anchor the boat. I had the big boat at that time. A gun emplacement over there, don't know what that's about, looks like a naval gun of some sort. And there's a ferry terminal, so you can catch a ferry over here and stop for lunch by the looks of it. Pretty handy if you haven't got a boat. And that's just some of the boats that come and moor here and then bring their dinghies in to have a feed. Well, that one looks like a houseboat. See him there? There's not much freeboard on that. I wouldn't like to take that across the bay myself. Probably why that one sank over at Peel. Should throw a bait in as soon as we're stopped here. Just while we're out here, got these shirts from Mr. Bait. They're really good fishing shirts. Sort of material that dries, keeps you warm and keeps you cool. Lets the breeze come through.
Yeah, thanks Frank, they're great.
Got one for my wife as well. So yeah.
Really nice.
Crab pots and what's the other? Troll Pro fishing line.
Yeah.
So yeah, really good. What did I think? I've still got line start to scream off the reel. I've got to jump up. I had that new sort of Snell rig on the rod this time, the one that I got from the New Zealand video. It has the sliding hook above the tied-on hook at the bottom, and having used it a couple of times now, it's really easy to fit your bait in it. And I did catch a fish with it. It wasn't anything special, it was quite a large grinner. I thought the camera was still going, but it must have stopped while we're having lunch, and while we're having lunch, the fish took the bait. I had to jump up and grab the rod, wound it in. As I said, big grinner on the end of it, and I thought the camera was still going, but it must have run out of batteries a little bit earlier. Nevertheless, it did prove the rig works. I'm going to keep using that for a while, just to see how it goes. It seems a pretty good idea to me, and some of the New Zealand guys swear by it. And that's it for the video. We couldn't have asked for better weather for the day. My wife thoroughly enjoyed it. She got to see the Small Ships Club, which is something new for her. Got to see some dolphins around the boat at Peel while we're having lunch. Previous trip she got to see some whales over at Peel, so yeah, she's had a pretty good time the last couple of trips. Anyway, as I said earlier, next trip's going to be a dedicated fishing trip. Until then, good fishing.